And we'll take an inhale, feel the ribs expanding with air. And as we exhale, ribs get closer to the spine, shoulders soften. And we'll inhale, filling with air. And exhale, releasing. And we'll do one more breath, really filling the backs and sides of the ribs with air. And we'll exhale and let that release. We'll lower the arms down. We're going to do some shoulder rolls today, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. And then we'll roll the shoulders towards the back, almost like you're pinching a pencil with your shoulder blades. We're going to hold that pencil as we start to lower our shoulders down. And we'll bring the shoulders forward and back up. So this is a feel-good exercise. So if you're starting to get sharp pain, just make it a little bit smaller. Shoulders move back. Slide the pencil down and come through center. We're going to reverse that. So first we'll go backwards. We'll hold the pencil between our shoulder blades. Keep it there as you lift the shoulders towards the ears. We'll come forwards and down. So just playing a bit with the movement of our shoulder blades. Shoulder blades get closer together and lift. Coming forward and down. And then we'll bring our fingertips onto our shoulders. So now we're going to do elbow circles. So our arm bones moving in our shoulder socket. We'll come forward, up. Elbows come in close together and down. And just notice if you can feel this rotation in the shoulder joint. It's okay if you can or can't. And then we'll try reversing directions. We'll come forward first and up. Again, it's normal to feel sort of like snap, crackle, pop as we do this, as long as it's not painful. And if it is painful, just make it a bit smaller. Pausing here, we're going to add an extension. So we're going to bring the elbows back and forward. So back first, up and forward. We'll pause here. And then we'll lift them up and back, and we'll shine the breastbone to the sky. And then elbows will come up and forward. And then inhale as they come up and back. We'll shine the breastbone. Back of the neck stays long. Let's do one more like that. Arms come up and forward. Elbows get closer together. Elbows lift up and back, shining the breastbone. Back of the neck stays long. And we'll come up through center and we'll release the arms. We're going to flex our wrists and we'll lift our shoulders up towards our ears and then let the shoulders soften. Let them soften even more. And then like you're pushing two walls away, we'll reach the arms to the side. You'll feel a sensation through the front of the arms. Bend the elbows. As long as it's not this sharp pain, that's completely fine. Lift the shoulders. It's the connective tissue and it's working through the nerves. Lower the shoulders. Lower again. If it's unbearable, just don't straighten your arms fully all the way or lower them down a little bit is another option. One more time, we'll bend the elbows. We'll lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll lower the shoulders. Lower a bit more. We'll reach to the two walls, palms continue reaching, and then we'll bring fingertips down. We're going to keep fingers straight as we flip our wrists. Again, just lengthening the muscles through the forearms, working through the nerves, getting some nerves gliding, and then also connective tissue. Good. And then we'll pause here. We're going to draw circles with our wrists, and as we do that, we'll float our arms up and overhead. And we're really feeling for the arms to settle into the torso. Weight is still in our neutral spine here. We'll relax the shoulders into the torso. We'll reverse the direction of the wrists and we'll start to lower down. Finding the trampoline of support through the shoulder girdle that allows the arms to feel like feathers as we lower down. Good, just warming up for a little bit of weight bearing at the end of class. And we'll shake that out. We're going to revisit our knee fold from last week. So again, just remembering where our hip joint is, and as we shift weight, we're going to think about that thigh bone rolling backwards into the hip socket, and we're perched up on this thigh bone. And then we'll come through center. We'll shift our weight. This foot is driving into the floor as we peel this foot up, and we're standing nice and tall. So we're like this pillar of support, shoulder down to ankle stacked on top of one another. We'll bring this foot down and we'll shift the weight, thigh bone rolling deep into the hip socket and through center, peeling up. We're going to build on here. If the next thing we do doesn't feel comfortable, stick with the knee folds here. We're going to come up into a knee fold, and then we're going to bring this leg back behind us, and we'll put the ball of the foot down. We'll lower the heel. We'll come into a bit of a calf stretch. Then we'll lift the heel, and we'll bring it back forward into our knee fold. So playing a little bit with transition of weight from front to back. Oops. And we'll come through center. And if you're wobbling like I just did, it's good. It challenges our balance reflexes, and also it's getting the ankle stronger. Every time you have a little wobble, we're going to bring that foot back. Ball of the foot comes down. Feel the toes get wide. And then lower the heel. Heel reaches the floor. And then we'll lift the heel. Feel the ball of the foot get wide again. And then push through this front foot to help you get back up. It's like our anchor to the ground. We'll come through center. We're going to peel the foot up. All week I've been playing with this idea of stability on the ground because it's good for our balance. One, we're going to come back, but it also really works the stabilizers. Ball of the foot splays, lower the heel. Has a lot of emotional benefits, being able to be connected to the ground. Lift the heel, push through this heel, the front heel, as we float that leg up. You're going to really feel the hips start to help you. Come through center, and we'll do the other side, shifting weight, peeling the foot up. Staying rooted into the ground, even as we start to bring this foot back. Ball of the foot, press the heel down. Lift the heel up, shift the weight to this foot, press through the heel to come up. So sometimes as we start to lift our leg, we want to lift our weight out of the ground, but we want to keep that weight in the ground because that's what's keeping us stable. And we'll bring that down. Oh, there's one more. I almost cheated us. We're going to shift the weight. We're going to build on one last time. Float up the knee. We'll step that leg back. Ball of the foot comes down. We'll lower the heel. Find a spot where the heel can connect, even if you need to bring the foot in a bit. And then we'll float that same side arm up. We're going to inhale nice and tall. And then we'll add a bit of rotation from bottom rib up. So hips are staying square to the front. And down, we'll circle one more time on that side. Inhale nice and tall. And opening to the back and front. Good. And then we'll pick up the heel. Drive this front foot into the ground. And then come to fold. And sometimes when you drive that foot down, at least my experience is that sometimes when I really focus on that, it makes my balance trickier. But it's still good, even though it gets trickier. We'll pick up the foot because then it's building all the strength in the places we want to build. And over time, I guess the idea is it shouldn't get as tricky. Ball of the foot. I haven't reached that point yet, though. We'll lower the heel, so I don't know when that comes. And we'll float the same side arm up. Inhale. And then we'll open. Maybe also feeling this like opening right down into the hip. Hips are staying square to the front. We'll inhale nice and tall with the arm up. And then add a bit of a rotation. Notice if there's any difference between the two sides. Come through center. We're going to push through this front foot. First, we're going to lift our heel. Then we're going to push through this front foot as we bring that leg forward. Really feeling how supported and grounded we are. And we'll bring the foot down. We're going to go into single leg stretch standing. So we've never done this before, but it involves the weight shift that we've been doing, and then we're going to play with straightening and bending the leg that's in the knee fold. If you want to just stay in that knee bend and hold for a balance, you're welcome to do that. If you want to extend just a little bit, that's fine too. It doesn't have to get all the way straight. And I was going to say something else, but it's left my brain, so we're just going to go for it. So we'll have our feet on the ground. Really feel that support, and we're going to shift our weight. Continue to feel that support as we peel the foot up. This foot's rooting down, crown of the head lifting. And we're going to bring our hands to our thigh here. We're standing nice and tall, collarbones wide. And we're going to start to lengthen the leg. Doesn't matter if it gets all the way straight. And we'll come back in. And if you prefer to just stand and hold, feel free to do that. Keep breathing, extending the leg. And in. Good. We'll do one more. We'll extend the leg forward. Whoops. And if you feel wobbly again, it's a good thing. Bring the foot in. We're going to pause here, make this deeper bend here, and then we'll bring the foot down. So the goal as we do all this balance work is not to find perfect balance. Shift the weight, peel the foot up. So just be aware of that that's not what we're aiming for. We're going to extend the leg forward if it feels available to you, and then we'll bend the knee in, still feeling that rooted. We're just showing off with this leg. This leg is the one we really want to be thinking about staying stacked over top, because this is the one that's keeping us balanced. And we're just showing off over here, straightening. And in pause here, knee fold a little deeper. Good. And then we'll bring that foot down. Excellent.